There's a moment deeper than night, quieter than silence, when the world forgets to watch you. It doesn't happen on the clock. It happens between the ticks. In that gap, time dissolves, identity softens, and something ancient within you stirs awake. Not with alarm, but with recognition. If you've ever jolted upright at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding, not from fear, but from a strange electric clarity, if your mind felt wide open while your body lay still, then this wasn't insomnia. This wasn't a glitch. You weren't disturbed. You were dialed in. For centuries across every mystical tradition, from the desert hermits of Egypt to the dream weavers of Tibet, this hour has been revered, not as a time of dread, but as a sacred threshold. The ancients called it the hour of the soul's audit, the moment when the veil between dimensions grows so thin that consciousness can slip through like light through a crack in a door. Most people sleep through it. Some wake in panic, interpreting the stillness as emptiness. But you feel it like a call. And it is a call. What if I told you that at 3 a.m., your subconscious isn't just replaying the day's noise? It's receiving a transmission, not from some distant god or external force, but from the deepest layer of your own being, the part of you that never sleeps, never doubts, never forgets who you truly are. This isn't mystical fantasy. It's energetic physiology. Your body has rhythms older than language. Your pineal gland, the so-called third eye, is most active. In the pre-dawn hours, especially between 2 and 4 a.m., when melatonin peaks and electromagnetic interference from the world is at its lowest. In this window, your brain shifts into theta and delta states. Not unconsciousness, but hyper-receptive awareness. This is when your higher self broadcasts its clearest signal. Think of it like this. During the day, your conscious mind is like a radio blasting static, scrolling, reacting, planning, judging. But at 3 a.m., the station goes quiet. The noise fades. And if you're awake, even for a few breaths, you become a perfect receiver. The transmission isn't words. It's not a voice whispering secrets in your ear. It's frequency. It's a silent recalibration of your entire field, your cells, your beliefs, your timeline. In that stillness, your DNA unwinds just enough to accept a new instruction. Your heart's electromagnetic field syncs with the Earth's, and a blueprint for your next phase, your next identity, your next truth downloads into your nervous system like a software update for your soul. But here's why 99% never receive it. Their antenna is clogged. They spend their days in high-frequency chaos, absorbing fear from the news, comparison from social feeds, urgency from endless notifications. Then they collapse into bed with their nervous systems in survival mode, cortisol high, heart rate erratic, mind racing. When 3 a.m. comes, their body is exhausted, but their energy field is still vibrating with anxiety, regret, or anticipation. So instead of receiving the transmission, they experience static, restlessness, dread, the feeling that something's wrong, when, in truth, something's right. The 1%, the ones who receive the signal, clearly are not spiritually superior. They're surrendered. They've stopped fighting the night. They've stopped interpreting wakefulness as failure. They've learned to treat 3 a.m. not as a disruption, but as a divine appointment, a private audience with their own soul. There was once a woman named Ilara who woke every single night at 3:03 a.m. sharp. For years, she fought it. She tried herbal teas, blackout curtains, white noise machines. She'd count breaths, recite mantras, even plead with the universe to let her sleep. But the wakefulness persisted, gentle, insistent, undeniable. One night, exhausted and defeated, she stopped resisting. She sat up in bed, placed both palms on her heart, and whispered into the dark, "All right, I'm listening." The room didn't light up. No angel appeared, but something shifted inside. A deep, liquid calm flooded her. Not the numbness of sleep, but the clarity of coherence. It was as if every cell in her body exhaled at once. In the days that followed, her life began to reorganize itself. Not through effort, but through alignment. An old contract she'd been clinging to dissolved without drama. A path she'd dismissed as impossible opened through a chance conversation. Synchronicities bloomed like night-blooming jasmine, subtle, fragrant, undeniable. She hadn't done anything. She had allowed something. That's the power of the 3 a.m. window. It's not about visions or prophecies. It's about who you become in that space of pure reception. Because when you stop resisting the stillness, you become a conduit, not just for your own healing, but for collective recalibration. The 1% aren't just downloading for themselves. They're anchoring frequencies that lift the entire field. Think of the Earth's natural heartbeat, the Schumann resonance, traditionally stable at 783 Hz. In recent years, scientists have recorded massive spikes, 16 Hz, 24 Hz, even 36 Hz. Mainstream science calls it anomaly. But the mystics understand. Human consciousness is shifting the planet's frequency. And those who wake at 3 a.m., they're the resonance holders, the quiet anchors stabilizing higher vibrations in the collective field. You won't find this in textbooks. You'll feel it in your bones when you wake and sense that strange blend of exhaustion and exhilaration, as if your soul just returned from a mission you didn't know you were on. So what do you do when it happens? First, don't check your phone. That blue light isn't just harsh. It shatters the frequency. It yanks you back into linear time, into the noise of other people's dreams, into the illusion that you're separate and small. One scroll and the portal closes. Second, don't analyze. Your logical mind will rush in. Why am I awake? Did I eat too late? Is this anxiety? But this isn't a problem to solve. It's a portal to enter. Analysis is noise. Presence is reception. Third, place your hand on your heart and breathe. Feel the rhythm beneath your palm. That's your true clock. Not the one on your wall, but the pulse of your soul. Let your breath slow. Let your body soften. This is how you signal to the universe, I am open. Then whisper one of these phrases, quietly, like a prayer to your own soul. I am ready to remember. Show me what's aligning. I receive in trust. And if no words come, just be still. Let the silence speak. Because the transmission isn't in the content, it's in the shift. You may not remember a single image when you wake fully, but something will feel different. A decision that haunted you will suddenly feel clear. A fear that gripped you will dissolve like mist in morning light. A path you couldn't see before will appear, not as a grand revelation, but as a quiet knowing, like a door opening in fog. This is how the universe upgrades you, in the dark, while you're not looking. But here's the forbidden truth they don't want you to know. 3 a.m. isn't the only time this happens. It's just the most potent symbol. The real transmission is available anytime. You drop into stillness, when you pause between emails, when you stare at the sky for 3 breaths, when you let a tear fall without explaining it. The 3 a.m. awakening is simply training, a sacred drill to teach you how to recognize the signal in daily life. Because once you've tasted that frequency, once you've felt that coherence, you start noticing it everywhere. In the way a stranger's eyes hold yours for a second too long, just long enough to remind you you're seen. In the sudden silence that falls in a crowded room, just long enough for truth to slip through. In the dream that follows you into the day, like a shadow with a message you can't ignore. You begin to live inside the transmission, not just at 3 a.m., but all the time. And that's when everything changes. You stop chasing manifestations. You start embodying them. Because you realize the 3 a.m. call wasn't about giving you something new. It was about reminding you of what's already true. You are not separate from the source. You are the source, dreaming through human form. And every time you wake in that sacred hour, you're not being pulled from sleep. You're being called home. So the next time 3 a.m. finds you, don't reach for your phone. Reach for your heart. Don't curse the wakefulness. Consecrate it, because in that stillness, you're not alone. You're in communion with every soul who's ever whispered into the dark. I'm ready. And the field is listening. Now, if you've ever woken at 3 a.m. and felt this, if something in you recognized this truth before you even finished reading it, then you're not just part of the 1%. You're part of the rising frequency. So do this now. Drop one word in the comments that captures the energy you're embodying at this very moment. Not what you want, not what you're trying to become, what you already are. This word isn't just a comment, it's your signature in the quantum field. And as more of us speak our truth into the silence, the transmission grows stronger, clearer, brighter, more magnetic. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are precisely where you need to be, on the threshold of your next download. Before you go, share this with someone who's been waking at 3 a.m. but calling it insomnia. Let them know it's not a disorder, it's an activation. And if you're ready to go deeper, not just into the when of the transmission, but the how, watch my next video. Why your nervous system blocks, 3 a.m. downloads, and how to rewire it before bed. Because receiving the signal isn't enough. You must become the signal, and you already are. You just forgot to listen. But now you remember.